What's up, everybody? This is Shay. It's my first video, so bear with me. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos with mostly black lesbians, different shit I've been seeing. I think it's kind of reckless. Like, one of the topics I saw last night I was watching was skinny girls versus big girls, skinny femmes, big studs, skinny studs. And I didn't really understand. I didn't really get it. I thought it was a little bit unnecessary, the shit that was being said. And I mean, you can like what you like, to each his own. You like it, I love it, no problem. But there's a lot of generalizations going around that were kind of ridiculous. I mean, obviously I'm a bigger stud. I don't mind it. I like it. I know girls that like it. Both skinny and big girls. Okay. But there's this one video that really stood out to me. I'm not sure what the user's name was. I don't remember. And she was saying that a lot of people, or she had heard, or I don't know exactly, but she was saying that girls like skinny studs more than they do big studs. And her reasoning for that was that when a bigger stud is, fucking or putting it down in a bedroom, they tend to run out of steam or run out of breath or be winded and shit like that. And that's not necessarily true. I mean, I'm sure there are bigger studs that get tired, but just the same, there's super skinny studs that can't hold their own body weight up, so they gotta shift arms and shit, messing up the rhythm while the girl's on her way to orgasm. These bitches getting tired just the same, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know about your experiences with bigger studs, but me being a bigger stud, my experiences have been fine. I mean, I don't get tired. I can put a skinny girl to sleep. I can put a fat girl to sleep. It don't really matter. If you can fuck, you can fuck. And that's the bottom line. I mean, all that other bullshit, making those rash fucking notions, I think that's just silly. And then another thing, and on the same note, I saw a video where a girl was saying she likes fucking skinny femmes more than big femmes because she hit a big femme once and she tasted salty. Now, I don't know. Maybe this person didn't mean to sound like a douchebag or to put their foot in their mouth, but I think that's the most ridiculous shit I ever heard. Because if a bitch is salty, that means she needs to get some snapback. Vinegar is like $1 a bottle at fucking Walmart, and Summer's Eve is like $2.50 at the motherfucking dollar store. So if a bitch is salty, that's her salty pussy's business. It don't got to do nothing to do with her being big or small, or that bitch just got salty pussy. I mean, I've boned both skinny and big girls, and if a bitch stank or tastes weird or she's twangy or tart, or that was not specific to the size. I've tasted salty skinny girls. I've tasted salty big girls and girls that tasted good from both spectrums. So for you to say you don't like to fuck big girls because they be salty, I think you just picked a salty bitch. I mean, just saying. And I think it's like, it gets to the point where it's not so much about whether your preference is big or small. Now it seems like they were trying to give these blanket pros and cons across the board about, I mean, it wasn't just, they weren't just saying that they had a bad experience with a big girl. They were saying that this is why big girls are not as good as skinny girls. And Me personally, I think women are women. I mean, I don't want an extreme either way. I don't want a super skinny girl who looks like she's gonna, pass out in any second, that's super emaciated. And I also don't want a super big girl that, has trouble getting around and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think if a girl carries herself right, her shit is tight, you know what I'm saying? She got confidence. Pretty face is very, important to me. But as long as she's pretty, I mean, the size is irrelevant. Now, when it comes to the sex, I think that I prefer bigger girl sex more because, I mean, the reason why I prefer it more is because, to me, in my experiences with the women I've had, the skinnier girls tend to be more pillow queenish, and the bigger girls are more like, yeah, let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? They're fully ready to basically get down with the get down. I mean, not saying that I ain't had skinny girls that are just as freaky. Don't get it twisted, but I tend to enjoy the sex more because, first of all, I like a fleshier woman. I like curves. I like big breasts, the nice hips, the booty. Really, I don't really care about that. It's nice to have a nice one, but it's not necessary. But I just like more flesh. So I think that good sex is good sex, and if you have chemistry with a person and y'all are both feeling it and y'all are both educated in what you're about to do, I'd like to say, like, it's not your first time at bat, then I think, it's going to be good whether she's big or small. Now, all these closed-minded people out there that are giving, us bigger girls not a second look or not even letting us, get up to bat, I think that's a little, closed-minded. I mean, if that's how you feel, then do your thing. But I thought it was a little bit disrespectful trying to talk about fat studs run out of breath and fat femmes taste salty. I think that's just some bullshit. I personally do, and I think that if you're gonna make a statement like that and you're gonna put it out there for everybody to see, you gotta expect somebody to say something. I mean, I don't really get it, and maybe you need to find a different pool of people that are bigger to pick from, or I don't know. Just don't try to put it on everybody because that's not the truth. Another thing I was watching that I have a little beef with is these studs and some films too I saw, but it was mostly studs saying it, making these wild allegations that if a woman enjoys being strapped, that she's not a lesbian, or she has bisexual tendencies, or she likes the dick, just to put it, plainly. Strapping or strap on or a dildo or a vibrator has nothing to do with your sexual preference. It has to do with stimulation. The vagina can be penetrated. It can feel good when it's penetrated. There are certain orgasms you can give a woman from penetration that you can't achieve from just strictly clitoral stimulation. It's scientific. You can look it up. I mean, Google it. Basically, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. And when I was younger, when I was, a newbie, if you would say, I used to think the same thing about it. I really did. I was more against the strap. I was like, I had never used a strap until I was probably about 21. And I was always like, man, I don't need a strap. That's some bullshit. She probably, wants me to strap her because she wish I was a boy type shit. But I got convinced with one of my girlfriends that it'd be something cool to try, just to try it out. So we went to the sex shop. And of course, I tried to pick the strap that looked the least amount like a penis. I mean, it's penis shaped, but I made sure it was a ridiculous color. You know what I'm saying? And we used it, and I really enjoyed it. I did, and the more I thought about it, uh, it made more sense to me. And I became more comfortable with it. But I just think it's silly for a person to say that a woman is not lesbian because she enjoys being penetrated. I mean, I personally not big on the penetration. I'm a gold star lesbian. Thank you. Never been penetrated by a man or anything that had broken my hymen. But I get it. I really do. I understand why girls like it, and I understand why studs like to do it, because I don't know about, maybe a lot of these studs don't exactly know what they're doing when they're strapping. But a lot of them say, "Oh, what are you getting out of it? It's a piece of plastic." I get a lot out of it, actually. Not only do I get the satisfaction from pleasuring my partner just in general, that's always super hot, but it feels good. If you have the strap placed where it's supposed to be placed on your body, you've gotten to the harness the right way, the force of you hitting the girl, if you're hitting it right, is pushing back on you and it's stimulating you at the same time. So I have no problem reaching orgasm while I'm strapping. So it's good for both. I mean, if it's your thing, I can understand if you just don't like it. That's cool. But don't try to say that makes the girl less of a lesbian. I mean, I think that's just silly. I think it's really uninformed, and it's poor in taste. It's just a poor way to go about it. You don't have to, because you don't understand it and you didn't get the memo, so to speak, bash it. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's not something that should make anyone question the validity, sorry, excuse me, of someone's sexuality. Honestly, I think that's just stupid. Put it plainly. But other than that, I mean, there's a couple other things that I have a point of view on, but this video would be forever if I kept it going. But tell me what you think. Honestly, like, do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you think I'm misinformed, or I don't know? Because where I'm coming from, I think that women are beautiful, sex is awesome. However you do it, get it in, be safe, don't hurt nobody. But don't get on YouTube making these fucking, I don't know, I wouldn't even say like affirmations, but just don't talk reckless. I mean, feel how you feel, be who you are, think how you think, but don't try to put people in boxes because something that they're doing or something that they're into doesn't mix with what you do. I mean, just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't date big girls. Don't use a strap. But don't say negative things about the people that are big girls or like big girls or like to be strapped or like to strap their girlfriends. I mean, just let people be and have fun doing what you're doing, and I'll try to respond if someone has something to say. Just don't be super ignorant with me, because I'd hate to be niggery on YouTube like that. Just let me know what you think, and I'll hit y'all with another video. That's what's up.